All right. Well, welcome to your practice. The I, I encourage you to take this or whatever yoga that you have it available to you and use it on through the week. Um, these same practices will support you throughout your week. And, so let's go ahead and come to our mats. Find a nice, comfortable seat. There's a couple things you may want the block for this week. Hi, welcome. So if you have a block or a rolled up blanket or something that you can put under your hips, it'll allow you to sit upright with your knees below the hip level of your hips. And you're looking for the alignment cues of your having your shoulders positioned over your hips and your head in a line over your shoulders. Sit upright, close your eyes, and begin to focus inward. Notice your breath as it flows in and out of your nose at your nostrils. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your brow. Find yourself grounded. Notice all the places where you're in contact with the ground. Feet, your knees, the bottom. Let's take a little bit more control of our breath. Take a nice gentle inhale all the way in and all the way out through the nose. One more time, all the way in and all the way out. Take a nice big inhale all the way in and hold for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4. Holding for 8. Exhaling 8. Inhaling for 4. Holding for 12. And exhaling for 8. Inhaling for 4. Holding for 16. Exhaling for 8. And release your breath. Let's go ahead and just start warming up the back of our neck. Drop your chin to your chest. Exhaling, and then inhale, rolling your head up and to the left, bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder. Then exhale, rolling back down, chin to the chest. Inhaling, rolling up to the other side. And then exhaling, chin back down to the chest. And let's do this 3 or 4 more times at your own breath. And then let it meet in neutral position. Reach around behind you, clasp your hands, press your hands away from you, opening your chest in front of your shoulders, lift your hands away from your bottom. Feeling the stretch along the front of your chest, front of your shoulders. Very good. Release your hands. Clasp your right wrist with your left hand. A little bit of gentle traction down and lay your left ear over to your left shoulder. Opening up the shoulder, the trapezius muscles on the right side. Feeling the stretch all along your neck, shoulder, and the right. Good. And then bring your head up to normal position and let's switch. Grab your left wrist, left with your right hand. Gentle traction down on the left wrist. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. You roll your head back and forward a little bit. Find any stiff spots, just go ahead and kind of stay there for a minute and work that out. Very good. Clasp our hands in front of us. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms away from you. Stretching your palms, wrists, and forearms. Rounding your back, rounding your shoulders and pushing them away. Pushing your palms forward, opening up your hands. We'll be doing some of our stuff on our hands and knees on our downward facing dog. It's good to stretch out those wrists. And release your hands and then clasp your hands still and then just do big figure eights with your movement of your wrists. There you go, you got it. And then go back the other direction. All right, and with your arms extended, put the palms of your hands, the palms of your hands facing outward, your thumbs facing down, bring your right over the left and reclasp. And then turn your hands and arms inside out, stretching the muscles and connective tissues of your forearms. Good. And then when you come to a stop in the front, let's just switch our grip. Bring the left over the right, reclasp, and then turn your arms inside out and back. Out and back. You'll probably feel this more intensely in the other arm now. And that's about enough of that. Go ahead, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your right hand way out to the side, arm is nice and straight. Fingertips on the mat. Bring your right arm straight, or your left arm straight up towards the sky. Reaching up and out of your hips. Feeling the stretch all along the left side. This feels good. Bring your left hand on over, extending the stretch. You want to continue to have both of your sitting bones in contact with the floor or your block. And make sure your right shoulder remains on the back of your body. Connect with your breath. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, roll your shoulders away, reaching for the front corner of the room, rounding your shoulder, rounding your back. Inhale, coming back up, lifting your heart towards the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, coming to the side, and then inhale, coming up. Let's do the other side now. Left arm goes out, straight out to the left, up on your fingertips. Bring your right arm out to the side, and then straight up and overhead, reaching up for the sky. Using your left hand to keep your keep pushing your right sit bone down onto the mat or your block. Looking up at your hand. Inhale. Exhale. Reach over a little bit further to the left with your right hand. Reaching up for the sky. Really, this is about reaching more than bending. Big inhale. Exhale, reaching forward to the front corner of the room, rounding your shoulder, rounding your back. Creating space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, rolling open your heart to the sky. And then over to the side again, inhaling, coming up. Very good. Bring your left hand to your right thigh. Bring your right hand around to the base of your spine, sitting up nice and tall, extending through the crown of your head. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, twisting and looking back over your right shoulder. With every inhale, we extend our spine. With every exhale, allow yourself to relax and deepen your twist. Inhale, coming forward, and let's switch. Bring your right hand to your left thigh. Left hand comes around behind you to the base of your spine, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, looking back over the left shoulder. Throughout the practice today, I urge you to go as far as feels good to you. If there's anything that we're doing today that feels uncomfortable, inhale, coming forward. You can just shake it out a little bit. It feels uncomfortable, stressful, and painful to your low back, your knees. Then I urge you to back off a little bit. Bring it back to a comfortable and safe place. All right, preparing for our Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. You'll raise your right hand and fold down the first two fingers of your hand. We'll use our ring finger to cover our left nostril and our thumb to cover the right. And then when we're retaining our breath, we'll use both of our fingers to hold our nostrils closed or to block our nostrils, really. With your left hand resting comfortably on your right thigh, on your left thigh. You might bring your ring finger and thumb together in Gyan Mudra. Throughout this practice, this slow rhythmic breathing will help to lower your heart rate, release those feel-good hormones within your body. So I urge you just listen to this. I'll do all the counting for you at the direction. Just notice how this feels in your body. Inhale, take a nice gentle inhale all the way in. Exhaling all the way out at the nose. One more big inhale all the way in. Cover your right nostril with your thumb. Exhale for a count of 8. Inhaling same side for a count of 4. Holding for 8. Open the thumb, exhaling for a count of 8. Inhaling on the same side for a count of 4. Retaining the breath for 12. Open the finger, exhaling for 8. Inhaling, same side for a count of 4. Holding for 12. Open the thumb, exhaling for 8. Inhaling, same side for a count of 4. Holding for a count of 16. Open the finger, exhaling for 8. Inhaling, same side for 4. Holding for 16. Open the thumb, exhaling for 8. Holding for 8. Inhaling on the right for a count of 4. Holding for 16. Open the finger, exhaling for 8. Release your hand, release control of your breath. And just sit very still with your eyes closed for a couple moments and observe your breath. When you're ready, let your eyes open and let's find ourselves standing at the front of our mat. We want to shake out your legs a little bit. After sitting there in the cross-legged position for a little bit, my legs get a little bit stiff. So standing at the front of your mat in Tadasana pose. Tadasana pose is mountain pose. Your feet are about hip width apart, pressing down into all 4 corners of your feet, pressing down with all 5 toes on each foot, extending to the crown of your head. Same points of alignment with the hips over your ankles, shoulders over the hips, head in alignment over your shoulders, pulling in your abdomen, tucking your pelvis under. Roll your shoulders onto the back of your body and turn your palms forward. A nice gentle inhale, raising your hands to your heart. Exhale. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reaching up and overhead, reaching for the sky. Your hands are about shoulder width apart, palms are facing one another. Exhale, folding forward from the hips. You might want to put a slight bend in your knees, bringing your lower ribs, chest down onto your thighs. Allow yourself to hang here for a moment. You may want to grab your alternate elbows and just allow the weight of your torso and your head pull you forward. This should be a nice gentle stretch along the length of your back. Let your head release from the control of your head, allowing your neck to relax, allowing the weight of your head to create a little space in your cervical spine. You might want to shake your head, yes or no. Just getting warmed up here. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your knees, straightening your legs, looking straight down at the mat. Press your heart down towards your feet. Feeling the stretch along the back of your legs. Supporting yourself with your hands. Continue to follow your breath. Inhaling here, exhale, bending your knees again, touching the mat. When you're ready, hinging from the hips, bringing your arms straight up and overhead, arching back slightly. Exhaling, hands to your heart. One more time, inhaling, reaching up and overhead. Exhaling, folding forward, touching the mat. This time, take a big double step back with your left foot. Drop your left knee and look forward, pressing your heart forward. Begin to feel a stretch in the front of your left hip, the back of your right hip. You want to make sure to keep your hips squared towards the front of the mat. You want to have your knee over your ankle or somewhere in that alignment. You just really don't want your knee to extend beyond your toes there. It'll put some stress on your patellar ligament. Pressing your heart forward here. Take a big inhale. At the top of this inhale, step back to the top of a plank. Then exhale, drop your knees, chest and forehead to the mat. As you slide forward, press your pelvis into the mat, press the tops of your feet into the mat, and lift your chest and torso up off the mat, using the muscles of your back. Exhale, coming down, tuck your toes, pressing up into your tabletop, and then continuing on by lifting your knees and hips towards the sky, coming into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, pressing your heart down towards your feet, opening the shoulders. Hands are nice and flat, pressing into the knuckle of your index finger, the knuckle of your pinky, and your palm. Fingers are nice and flat, spread wide. You want to pedal out your feet. Starting to warm up the muscles in the back of your legs. It's not important that your heels come down to the mat. It's more important that your back is nice and straight and that you're not feeling any strain in your low back here. Once you're here and in a safe place, you can press your feet towards the mat, straightening your knees, and then feel that stretch all along the back of your legs. If that stress is transmitted to your low back, then back off a little bit. Very good. Inhaling, lifting the left foot way up high, three-legged dog, and then bring your knee in towards your nose and step down between your hands. Opening up that right hip now, pressing your heart forward. Squaring your hips towards the front of the mat. Your big inhale here. And then step forward, exhale and fold forward. Let's hang here for just a couple more minutes, or a couple more breaths, for a couple minutes. And then inhale, hinging from the hips, leading with your heart. Reaching up and overhead, arching back slightly. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your heart. Inhale, reaching up, reaching to the sky, arching back. Exhale, folding forward from the hips, bring your hands to the mat. Take a big inhale and step back with the right foot this time. All the way back, drop your knee to the mat, looking forward, pressing your heart forward. Very good. Pressing up, bring your hands to your knee, bring your hands to your hip. Now, squaring your hips towards the front of the mat, sinking down into the left front knee. Bring both arms straight up and overhead. Looking up at the sky between your hands. Engage your breath. If this feels good, you can lift the back knee. Press the heel away from you, straightening the leg. Crescent lunge. Lowering that right knee, bringing your hands down towards your heart. Hands together, Anjali Mudra. Turning to the left, hook your right elbow over the left knee, and then look up at the sky over your left elbow.
Go. Coco.
Take a big inhale, engaging your abdominal muscles, and come back up to an upright position with your hands at your heart. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Take a big inhale and step back to the top of the plank. Drop your knees, chest, and forehead to the mat. Sliding forward, press your pelvis, tops of your feet into the mat, lift your torso, lift your shoulders, Bhujangasana, over pose. Exhale, coming back down, tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting that right leg up behind you, bringing the knee forward and stepping down between your hands. Pressing your heart forward. Inhale, bringing your hands to your knee, hips, sinking down into that front knee, opening up the left hip, bringing both arms straight up and overhead. Big inhale, exhale. If this feels good, and on the next big inhale, you can lift the back knee, pressing the heel away. Find your balance. Straightening the leg. Big inhale. Exhale, bringing your hands to your heart. Dropping that back knee. Turning to the right and hooking the left elbow over the right knee. Looking up over the right shoulder. Sorry. Inhale, engage your core. Coming back upright, hands to your heart. Exhaling, hands come back down to the mat. Inhale. Step forward with the left, bringing both feet together. Exhale, holding forward. Inhale, hinging up from the hips, bringing arms straight up and overhead. Arching back slightly. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now let's flow through our sun salutation a couple times, linking our breath to our movement. So inhale, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, folding forward, touch the mat. Big inhale, stepping back to the left. Dropping the knee, looking forward. Holding the breath, step back to the top of your plank. Drop your knees, chest, and forehead. Sliding forward, inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping forward, left, looking forward. Exhale, stepping forward and folding forward. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time, other side. Inhale, reaching up, arching. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, stepping back with the right. Drop the knee, looking forward. Hold your breath, step back to the top of your plank. Exhale, drop your knees, chest, and forehead. Sliding forward. Inhaling, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot, stepping down between the right of your hands. Exhale, stepping forward and folding forward. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands. Very good. Come to lying down on your mat. Take just a moment of relaxation. Catch your breath. Let your legs be as wide as your mat. Let your toes fall out to the side. Let your palms facing up. Arms away from your body. Getting all the places where your body is in contact with your mat and the floor. Very good. Coming back into your body. Reaching your arms up and overhead. Stretching your hands and feet away from one another. Very good. Pull your knees into your chest. Tugging your knees towards your chest, and then rolling up and down the mat. Very good. Coming to lying on your back. Bring your feet in just to where you can touch them, your heels with the tips of your fingers. We're going to go into our bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So, rolling your shoulders onto the back of your body, pressing down through your strong feet, lifting your pelvis up towards the sky. You can reach underneath you and clasp your hands together. Continue working your shoulders underneath you. You have to do a lot of adjustment in this pose. And then, pressing down through your arms and feet and shoulders, lifting your pelvis up to the sky, lifting your heart. Remember to breathe, focusing on your breath, on the feeling of your breath entering and leaving you at your nostrils. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, release your hands and lower your bridge. Take a couple breaths here and catch your breath. We'll be going back into our bridge. If Chakrasana is part of your practice and you'd like to, now would be a good time to move into that pose. So inhaling, pressing down through the feet. If you're doing your Setu Bandhasana, reach underneath you and clasp your hands again. Working your shoulders onto your back body. Press your pelvis up to the sky. Move your right foot in a little bit more closer to center, and then lift your left foot up to the sky, pressing your heel of your foot up to the sky. Big inhale here. Exhale, bring that foot back down next to the right, and then lift the right foot up to the sky. Lift your bridge. Press your heel up to the sky, pressing it up. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale here. And then exhale, bringing that foot back down to the mat. Release your hands and lower your bridge. Straightening both legs out. Bring the left knee into your chest and hug it into your chest. And exhale, straightening that leg. And then pull the right knee in towards your chest. Very good. Extending your legs out in front of you. Come up to resting on your elbows. Work your hand. You can put your hands underneath your bottom. Your elbows behind you. Roll your shoulders onto the back of your body and lift your heart towards the sky. Pointing your toes, pressing down into your heels. As you lift your heart up to the sky and your shoulders are pinched onto the back of your body, tilt your head back until the crown of your head is pointing towards the mat. Then slowly slide back until the crown of your head is resting on the mat. This is fish pose, Matsyasana. Opening up the upper back, strengthening the upper back and shoulders. Take another big inhale here. And then lift your head and look down at your feet. And then release your hands and roll back down to the mat. Good. Okay, come rolling up to a sitting position. I'm going to turn to face you. Bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together and pulling your heels in towards your groin. Allow your knees to fall out to the side. You know, mine don't fall very far. But that's okay, everybody is where they are. And then you go ahead and allow your knees you might want to flap your knees, beginning to open up these connective tissues on the insides of your thighs. It may feel good to grab your ankles and press down on your knees with your elbows a little bit. Now, press your heels away from you a little bit, creating a little bit more space between your heels and your groin area. And then press your heart forward towards your heels, folding forward from the hips, allowing your heart to fall towards your feet. Trying to keep your back straight as much as possible. Really feeling this in your hips. If this feels good, allow your head to fall down towards your feet. Feeling this, rounding your back. Feeling a stretch all along the back of your body as well as your hips. And take a nice big inhale, coming back to a seat. Scooting back maybe a little bit. Bring your legs as wide as your into a wide straddle. You may want to scoot back so that your heels will remain on your mat. Sitting up nice and tall. Big inhale. And then exhale, folding forward. Walking your hands out in front of you. You notice as I fold forward, I'm overcoming this obstacle, furry little obstacle, but allowing yourself to reach forward. You want to feel this stretch in your hips and in the back of your legs. Not so much strain on the back, on your low back. And if it is, then just back off a little bit and straighten your back, pressing your heart forward. There are no extra points for bringing your head to the floor. It's good to be able to stretch forward without hurting the low back. Then inhale, coming up, back to your seat. Turn your torso till you're facing your left foot. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, folding forward, bringing your heart towards your left knee. You can reach down and grab your leg, your thigh, your knee, your shin, or your foot, wherever you reach. Press your heart down towards the left knee. Working with your breath. As we inhale, we extend our spine. And as we exhale, melt a little bit further into your bend. On your next big inhale, working yourself back up. Right. Sitting up nice and tall, turning your torso over towards your right foot. Inhale, reaching your arms up and overhead. Extending your spine. Exhale, folding forward towards the right knee. Grab your shin, grab your feet, grab your toes. And melt your heart down towards that right knee. Feeling a good stretch all along the back of that right foot, the right leg. Very good. Inhale and coming back up. Coming back to center. All right, now let's bring our right foot in. As fold it inward. Bring that left leg out to the side. Now, stretching our side body, reach out with your left hand, grab your shin or grab your left big toe, and then bring your right hand up and over towards the right foot, stretching the whole right side of your body, keeping your torso facing forward. Feels good. You can press your heart forward. Try and energetically turn your heart up to the sky at the same time as you're folding over to the left. Big inhale here, coming back up. And let's switch. Extend your right leg out to the side. And bring your left foot in, folding your left leg. Very good. Inhale, reach out and grab your right toe or your right shin with your right hand. And then bring your left arm straight up and over, bending the left side body, pressing your heart forward towards the front of the room, or turning your heart up towards the sky. Engage your breath. Remember to continue breathing here. Big inhale, coming back up. Excellent. All right, let's come back to our mat. Do you want to move my little obstacle course here? to in our tabletop position. Bring your, or actually, let's go ahead and go all the way onto our abdomens here.
Yeah. No. No. No.
Making a little pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands.
Nope. Move.
You can bring your hands in under your shoulders. Preparing for Bhujangasana. We're going to press your tops of your feet and your pelvis into the mat, lifting your knees off the floor. Now, with your next inhale, engage the muscles of your back, lifting your chest and shoulders off the mat. This isn't so much work for your hands as it is for your back. Remember to breathe even in this pose. Exhale, coming back down, making a pillow, resting your back for just a moment. All right, bring your hands back in under your shoulders. This time we're going to press the tops of your feet and your pelvis into the mat, inhaling, lifting your chest and shoulders, but this time use your arms to help push you up just a little bit more, pressing your heart forward, rolling your shoulders onto the back of your body. This is called Vistarit Bhujangasana or extended Bhujangasana. Just getting a little bit more space here. Big inhale. Exhale, releasing back down a little bit. You might want to shift your hips back and forth. Windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Releasing those muscles of your low back. One more time here. This time we're going to go into our upward facing dog. So you want to bring your hands just slightly forward, maybe another 2 or 3 inches forward, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. We're going to lift our chest, shoulders, even lifting your pelvis up off the mat. Right? Rolling your shoulders onto the back of your body. Press your heart forward. Allowing the weight of your body to open up your hips, open up your whole length of your back. Engage your gluteal muscles and give you a little bit more space in the front of your hips. Big inhale, and then exhale. Drop your knees, pelvis, and chest, and head back down to the mat. All right, preparing for locust pose. So point your toes out before and below you, and extend your arms straight out and overhead, palms facing one another. First, let's lift our right hand and our left foot. Big inhale here. Exhale, releasing it into the mat. Inhaling, lifting your left hand and right foot. facing back down to the mat. Now inhaling, lifting both hands and both feet up, extending them, reaching away from one another. Big inhale, exhale, using your Ujjayi breath. Exhale, coming back down to the mat. Very good. Okay, next step, last step on this back working series, we're going to work on our Dhanurasana pose, bow pose. So bend your legs, pointing your toes up to the sky. Reach around with your hands and grab the tops of your feet or your ankles. Take a big inhale. Lifting your chest and shoulders up off the mat. Now kicking your hands into your feet, lift your knees up to match.
This roll thing around on my leg. Yeah, on the back side.
Very good.
Yeah.
Big inhale. Exhale.
Pull it in. Pull it in up.
Your feet.
Pull it up. No, pull it up the rope.
Bring your feet up wide open. Sit back on your heels. Rest your heart down onto the mat. You can either extend your arms out in front of you, you can bring your arms around to the sides, and rest your hands next to your feet, palms facing up.
You want the waffles with them?
Very good. Resting yourself back up to a table or pressing up to sitting on your feet. Everybody with me? All right. Bringing your hands back down to the mat. Bring your hands to the top of your mat. Tuck your toes and lifting your knees and hips back into your downward facing dog. And then walk forward to the front of your mat. Leading with your heart, hinging up from your hips, reaching up and overhead. Reaching for the sky. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your heart. Very good. If you have a blanket on your mat, let's go ahead and move it out of the way. Standing at the front of your mat. Left foot is up at the left front corner of the mat. Take a big double step back with the right foot. You're aiming for heel to arch or heel to heel alignment of your feet. Opening your pelvis up to the side. Want to make sure that you keep your left knee over your left ankle. Torso is up nice and straight. Bring your hands up to your heart and then out, front and back. Directing your gaze over the middle finger of the left hand. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Engaging your abdominal muscles, tucking your pelvis under. Find your breath. Turning the palm over on the left hand. Inhale, reaching your arm up and overhead, reaching for the sky, continuing to sink into that left knee. You can bring your right hand down your thigh or behind you if you'd like for a bind. Reversing your warrior. Big inhale here. Exhale, bringing your left elbow to your left knee. Bringing your right arm straight up towards the sky. And then on overhead, with creating a straight line from your right foot out the right hand for extended side angle pose. Continuing to opening the pelvis up to the side of the body. Inhale, hinging up, windmilling up, back into your warrior two. Very good, straightening that left leg. And then let's switch. Point the right foot away. And we're looking for heel to heel or heel to arch alignment the other direction. Sinking into your right knee towards the back of your mat. Pressing into the outside edge of your left foot. Opening to the body to the side. Opening the pelvis to the side. Being mindful to keep that right knee over the right ankle. The torso is nice and straight, engaging your abdominal muscles, tucking your pelvis under, bringing your arms up, forward and back. Shoulders are on the back of your body, gazing out over the fingers of the right hand. Remember to continue breathing here. Take a big inhale, turn your palm over on the right hand, extending that right arm straight up to the sky. The left hand comes down the left thigh or behind, catching the vine. Feels good. And you can deepen that bend even further, reaching back. Reverse warrior. Big inhale. Exhale, bringing your right elbow to the right knee. Extending the left arm straight up and overhead. Creating a straight line of energy from the left foot out the fingertips of the left hand. Looking up at the sky. Extended side ankle pose. Big inhale, windmilling up to the warrior two. Exhale, inhale, straightening that right leg. Turning both feet forward. Very good. And then come to standing in your mat. Let's finish with a balancing pose. If you breathe, bring both your feet together, heels and toes, standing nice and tall. Big inhale, reaching both arms up and overhead. Palms touch, interlace your fingers, pointing your index finger away. Tilt your head back and look up at that space where your hands meet. Creating a nice, straight and tall line from your feet to your pointed finger. Close your eyes. Allow your head to fall back. Standing in balance for 30 seconds. Inhaling, then exhaling, open your eyes, release your hands, go back to standing. Very good. Now, let's come to lying down on our mat. Lying down flat with our legs and arms extended. Bring your left foot in, and then cross it over so that your left sole of your left foot is on the mat next to your right knee. Bring your arms out to the right and left. Allow your knee to fall over to the right. You might want to bring your right hand to your left knee, giving a little bit of extra support in that twist, and then look over at your left hand. Complete supine twist. We'll stay here for 4 breaths. On your next big inhale, uncross your legs and come back up to a neutral position. Extend your left leg out. And cross your right leg, right foot over the left leg. With your sole of your foot on the mat. Look over at your right hand and allow your knee to fall over to the left.
Well, you don't have, do you have any suggestions? No? Huh? So I got the car for no reason. I said, where? You have, I don't know. You know what? Forget it, I'll take the car.
Coming back to a neutral position.
I was asking you.
Okay, can I decide?
All right.
Well, how come you can't? Why is it
I said, so you don't want to go.
okay, I know, but you're supposed to.
You had mentioned you got one to go to the little shop.
Michael, is that
Legs
noise?
are slightly spread. Palms are up, facing upward. Allowing yourself to sink down into the mat. Recognizing all those points of contact. Backs of your hands, the heels of your feet, the back of your head, all sinking into the mat. Release control of your breath. Release the muscles of your jaw, of your brow. And find yourself resting in Shavasana. It's time to come back into your bodies. And take a nice deep breath. Begin wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rolling out your wrists and ankles. Big inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. Stretching both sides of your body. You might want to pull your knees in and roll over to your right side. Resting here for just a couple of breaths. When you're ready, pressing down with your left hand, find a seated position on your mat. Thank you all for coming to class today. It was just an absolute pleasure to see you all. Michael, I'm glad you're looking great, doing your yoga after your knee repair. Jackie, thank you for coming to class. Teresa, great to see you again. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Michelle, Adele, Kelly, thank you so much for coming. Take your yoga out into the world and have a wonderful day. Namaste.
Thank you, Michael. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Hey, Michael, can you hear me?
Yes.
Let me get my thing. I didn't realize I was muted.
Hi, Adele.
That noise, was that coming from your side? The Spanish speaking?
No, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone was unmuted.
Okay. Yeah, Michael, hey, can we talk for a second, teachers?
Sure.
Because Nathan and I have tapped into my book of doctors I've had from medical equipment.
Mhm.
And we're testing, inviting people to come, but they're paying. It's a way to start funding us and getting paid and blah, blah, blah. So I know everybody that was in class today, but we had 2 people sign up yesterday. So it's basically, we're giving them access right now. We're just trying it through October 1st. So there, in fact, why don't you guys at your convenience go to yogachirocare.com.
Okay.
They don't know about Secret Yoga Society because that's ours. That's our secret for free. But go to yogachirocare.com and there's a drop down menu they put in their area of concern, if it's like neck, back, whatever it might be. So